Hi, I'm Joshua Lisec. One of my most recent clients that I wrote the copy for their website and developed the marketing communication strategy, the guy said this to me. He goes, I don't care if I like what you write. I don't care if you like it. I care if it gets results. If it gets results, then I like it. Now, I think that's only fair because we live in a day and age where just about anybody can take an online marketing class and slap a label on themselves, marketing expert, right? So you have to be careful about who you take advice from. That's why this page is full of specific case studies and testimonials that are results-based. They go beyond, oh, this Joshua was a great writer. He's so neat. Because if you're investing in your marketing and in your advertising, you want to know that you're in the best position possible to get your money back. You don't want to just invest in, best efforts and not have any results to see on the back end. That's why I differ from a lot of, marketing experts online here, in that I don't focus on being creative and let's come up with this funny tagline and let's brainstorm and whatnot. I feel like that gets away from what's actually going to work, what makes marketing actually work. That's why you can see from our three-step process here that the focus is on market research first. Because when we know exactly who the email, exactly who the advertisement, exactly who the website is going to be for, we can reverse engineer what the copy needs to be so that clients are in the best position possible to persuade as many people as possible off the fence and committing to going ahead and buying. So I just want to demonstrate a little bit about what goes on in this three-step process. Okay, so my process. Step one, doing what makes marketing actually work. Market research. So this is beyond just a brand strategy session where we're sitting down either, obviously in person or over video chat, over phone call, and we're determining the exact emotions that need to be triggered in the marketing, the exact thoughts and feelings that you want your buyers to have as they come into your funnel, your sequence, and as they're exposed to your campaign and to your messaging. Now, this first step of doing what makes marketing work, it involves customer research, surveys, interviews, pulling together statistics and data so we can be 100% sure that any marketing messaging that's eventually created is validated, so that when we get to the copywriting phase, the content creation phase, step number two, we're not in a position where we're going, what should we say here? Because we know exactly who our marketing target is going to be. We know exactly the type of person who's going to be reading the advertisements, and we know what's going to allow us to make an emotional connection with them. Another thing I like about step number two is that by applying the best practices of psychological persuasion, buyer psychology, the customer's journey, where we systematically remove the objections to the sale that exist in the buyer's mind. And we take all of that basically nerd stuff, the data, and then we graft the copy and the content about your features and benefits of your product or service, and we graft that into the best practices of online persuasion and customer psychology so that you can be 100% certain that when it comes time to launch, you're not in a position where it's like, oh, I hope we're talking to the right person. I hope this works. Again, we've based it on the research, and again, you don't have to do any of this yourself. This is all taken care of through this three-step process. And now, step number three, test, measure, and win. The recipe for long-term success. So I don't want any of my clients to ever feel like they're left out in the cold, right? When it comes time to launch the new content, to launch the website, begin the campaign, get that product out there, I stay on as sort of a campaign coordinator and consultant to ensure that we're testing and measuring, which involves A/B testing. It also involves alternate subject lines for marketing emails, for instance. And as the results come in real time, just like moving levers in your marketing, I tweak any headlines, any subject lines, any paragraphs, content that people are resonating with the most or even resonating with the least, so that essentially your campaign, your advertisements, your website, they can evolve as people are exposed to them, so that when we're essentially concluding our work together, you are in the best position possible to connect with as many people as possible Not just connect with them like they see your message and, oh, that's interesting, but say, wow, these people get me. That's the result of step number 3. Now, I just want to say real quick that there's a lot of copywriters and marketing strategists who don't do that, who feel like their job is done when the deliverables are sent, and that's it. But like I said, it doesn't matter if you like the content. It doesn't even matter if I like it. It matters if your target market likes it, and we can prove that through the results, which is why step number 3 is the value add step in this process. And that is my 3-step process, why it works and why you can trust it. To really make it in business, there's no choice for entrepreneurs and business owners but to create that emotional connection that their competitors can't compete with in terms of size or price or any of those other typical differentiating factors. Because when you are working in the elements of buyer psychology and those persuasive triggers that allow people to say, yes, I want to buy this now, you're in a position to create that loyal tribe of people who become customers more than once. And that in turn increases your average customer value in the long run. So feel free to keep scrolling or click the copywriting button that's on the menu, and you'll be able to learn more about specific results that this 3-step process has generated, one of which is how we nearly doubled the conversion rate of an online sales form. I'll see you there.